Hello, Mike Kroger here, Finale Inventory. In this short video, we're going to show you how to receive items into multiple areas or multiple locations, multiple bins, multiple pallet bays, however you want to kind of phrase it, against a purchase order. So we've got a purchase order in the system, got items coming inbound on that purchase order, and we can receive them into multiple bins, for instance, with the mobile scanner. Let's get started. So let me pull up Finale Inventory here and get you acclimated. We're going to look at the purchase orders. I've got some purchase orders here on the screen. Some of them are fully received. I've got two here that aren't received at all. So let's look at this last purchase order here on the screen. I've got some objects here. And we're going to receive these into multiple locations in the warehouse. To kind of demonstrate that real quick, just to give a quick review. In Finale, you can have multiple locations. They're set up here on your Facility tab. I've got a main warehouse and another warehouse, and you can see I've got areas in two different warehouses. So we're going to receive them either in two warehouses or two different locations within the same warehouse. It doesn't matter. So let's go back here to the purchase order. But that's kind of where we're going to be going with this demonstration here. So let's take the purchase order. Let's print out a copy of the PO so we can do some receiving. So this PO that I'm receiving against, I can print it out to assist me in receiving. That's not required that I do this, but I'm doing this mostly for my demonstration here. We can actually receive on the scanner without printing any document out. The other thing I'd like to bring or show everyone in this video really quick is Finale will allow you to print labels for your shelves or bins, and you can use those for receiving as well. They're up here under the reports menu, label. There's other labels. So here is just a default template. You can print these out in any size, shape, or whatever that you need. When you print these out, I'm just kind of demonstrating you what you could use to scan the locations of the warehouse. So I've got location codes here that you would be able to peel off and stick onto your different locations. All right, so enough of the orientation. Let's get back to this. So as we get to this purchase order here, we've printed it off, and this is what it looks. This is what it looks like here. So we're going to go ahead and receive this. So let's pull our scanner up here and kind of, what do you do first? Make sure you synchronize the scanner. So I'm going to sync the scanner with my cloud account here. It's asking me to log in. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the latest information. So I should have this scanner or this purchase order in my scanner. So let's receive. If you look at that first item, we got three of them. Let's receive two of them maybe in one location and receive another one of them in another location. So we start by going to receive. The scanner's going to ask us to scan the order ID. So I'm going to use my piece of paper here and print out, and I'm going to scan that order ID. Now here's what the scanner's always going to do. The very first thing it's asking me for is where do you want to start? Where do you want to default everything that you're about to receive at? So it's asking me for where do I want to receive it. Now I can scan a barcode here. I'm just going to choose, maybe A2. So notice how the screen here is showing me that I chose A2. Now, for this purpose, these locks are on here. It means that that value is going to stay that value unless I unlock it and change it. Okay, so remember that. So let's scan the first object, and it's going to go into A2. So I'm going to choose that item on the PO. So as I scan it, it knows that there's three of them, but I'm going to say, I'm not going to receive all of them into A2. Maybe I can only fit two of them there. So what I can do is I could either pull the keyboard up by touching on the keyboard link at the top of the screen, and I could choose the 1, and I could change the 3 to a 2, all right, for instance. So that's one method of doing it. I can touch the keyboard link again and it'll make the keyboard go away, but I'd also like to show you a shortcut. I can hit the up and down arrows. If you hit the up and down arrows, they will count up and down. So I'm just adjusting it from one quantity to another. So let's say we're going to only receive N2 into A2, so I press enter. Now we have received 2 of the 3 into A2, but now maybe I want to change locations. What would I do? So here is what you can do. I'm going to unlock this box. Now when I unlocked it, it's kind of basically giving me a hint that I've changed the workflow here. So let's scan the same object again. That's the same one. Now look where the entry box went to. It didn't go straight to the quantity. It went to the location because we asked or we told it we wanted to be queried where we're going to next. So this is where you would just move down in your warehouse, maybe move to the next bin or the next shelf or the next pallet bay and scan that location. Now I can click in that box, and if I click in that box, it would give me a way to choose it. So I could either scan it, but I clicked in it because I don't have the bins in front of me. So I'm just going to choose a different location. Let's go to B1. So as I choose, you'll notice that it displays what I chose, B1. So we've received 2 into A1. We've received this 1. Notice it defaulted. It knows that we already received 2. There's only 1 left, so I'm saying yes, please. Now notice it just moves on to the next object, or the next, it just prepares me for the next thing. So I'm going to scan the next item on the PO, and as I grab that, it knows that there's only 1 of them, and it reverted back to this A1. Why did it do that? So it's unlocked. It didn't stay blank, but what it's doing is there is already some of that object in A1, so it defaulted to that, kind of giving me a heads up. It's very intelligent. If there wasn't any in stock, it would have not defaulted and said just scan wherever you want to put it. So it's defaulting to A1. So even though I've got it unlocked, it took a default. So I can take that default and said, yeah, let's put it with that. And then I can say, yep, that's exactly how many. So I've received the second item. Now let's go to the third item. So I'm going to scan that last item on this purchase order. And notice it defaulted to A1 too. So there must be some of A1 there. So, but maybe I don't want to do that. So all I have to do is click in it, and I can choose a different location. Let's go to A3. So now I'm choosing A3. Let's receive all 5 of it into A3. So now you can see, what have we done? Well, let's open the menu system and let's review it on the scanner. And you can see that we've received 3 of 3, 1 of 1, 5 of 5. And they went into different locations. Now we're going to confirm that when we sync this back up. So I'm going to hit done. We fully received this PO, so I can go to menu, exit to main menu, and I'm ready to sync. Let's pull this screen up here so we can kind of see what's going to go on. I'm going to go back to this screen. You can see that this last PO is the one that we're focused on. It's not received. Let's hit sync, so enter. It's going to ask me to log in. It's coordinating. I'm going to hit sync here and submit it up. Now, did you see it down there? It says fully received on the bottom one. But let's go see what it did. Did it actually put it in all those different spots? Let me shrink the scanner here for you so you can go investigate this. So as I look, this says fully received. Let's go check out that shipment. So if you look over here, this one's in A1, this one's in A3, and this one says mixed because we separated it. So if I expand this out, you're going to see that we received it, 2 of them here and 1 of them here, so in B1 and in A2. So now you can see that this product is everywhere in the system. So that's it. That's how you can use the scanner and receive it in multiple areas with the mobile scanner.